Hey, what's up, Ryan? This is a demo video for you for your Sabers ROTJ Luke that I redid for you. I'm going to go over my desk and show you exactly what I did to it and how to operate it. Let me know if you have any questions, and this will go out in the mail to you first thing on Monday. Thanks, man. All right, Ryan, let's go over your Sabers ROTJ Luke that you sent me to do a complete overhaul on it. You know, from the outside aesthetically, this isn't a bad hilt at all. It looks very nice, nicely weathered. The inside, there were some things, right? So first of all, you did have me put 2 more retention screws in here. So you had 1. I went ahead and I added 2 more at equal lengths. So now you have 3. These are 832s. 832 grub screws. These are the shortest that I had. You can of course put some shorter ones in there. These are just the shortest that I had, so I left those in there for you in case you want to use those. You got a KR Sabers lit PCB. You can take this emitter off. In fact, you need to when you put a blade in. We're just going to leave it off here when we take it off. You have these 4 set screws in here originally. I went ahead and of course left them in there. All right, they are pretty close to the PCB or the blade connector though, so although you will have to use them because you have to back them into, or you have to move them forward out of the way of the threads so that you can screw this in. Right now they are in there to get out of the way of the threads. All right, so I'll explain all that to you when we put a blade in, but you do have 4. Now you have the additional 2 that you asked me for. All right, so moving down here, this is where your battery is now located. Not sure exactly what kind of setup you had before because you kept the lower half. When I got this though, this hole right here was about 0.4 inches in diameter, barely anything, just enough to put some wires in. So I chucked this up to my lathe and I machined out this until it was about a 1.09 inch diameter. I wanted to make sure I had enough room for a removable battery. So that is a blade side PCB in there that never comes out. All right, hog that out. Nice and neat for you. Just big enough to put a battery in here. So this is your battery compartment. Spring side over here for the negative side of your battery, please. So you will need an 18650 keep power protected cell battery. That's what this is. I just have the sticker off of it. It's old and beat up because this is my test battery that I use all the time. But that's what you'll need. If you need a link to that, let me know. But spring for the negative side of your battery, and you should be able to pop it in just like that. All right, you've got a 7-pin PCB here that makes contact with that blade side PCB, and that is how we light your blade. So once you put a blade in here, looks like that, right? Once you put a blade or a battery in here rather, you can come over here and you can screw this down tight and you can leave it there. All right, now your buttons. You have now a 2-button setup. Not sure what you had before, but your power switch will be back here. Your auxiliary switch is up here. You had a white LED that looked like it was a single shine white LED, and it acted to light both of these triangles here. So what I did is I went back through, I designed my own switch box, put it in there, put 2 separate LEDs. So there's a green LED behind the green lens. There's a red LED behind the red lens. They act independent from each other and they have the cave scene sequence. All right. Another thing I did was I made this clamp card so it was easily slid back, and I put your kill switch right here, and we'll turn that on here in a second. And then when you flip it on, you can just flip it back like that. All right. Getting to your board, if you ever need to make any changes, you want to take this pommel off. Inside the pommel, you will find a speaker pod. This has a 28mm Smogos Outpost Elite speaker in it. All right, so that's what that is right there. Removing that, of course, will expose your board. It barely sticks out at all from the threads, but you can use a 90-degree data cable in there or a straight one. I use a 90-degree and I modeled it for that, so it fits in there perfectly, but you can use a straight one as well. You can come in here with a pair of tweezers, you can grab your SD card, pull it out, put it back in, whatever you want to do, but full board access right there. I do have the 3 sound fonts that you wanted on here. You got a ROTJ font, you've got a Obi-Wan font, you've got a Dark Saber font. I believe all of these are from my buddy Jesse over at Kyberphonic. All right, but when you are done accessing the board, or if you don't need to access the board, you screw this on. You don't even need to take this off. All right, we'll come over here, slide the clamp card back, flip the kill switch, You can see your red and green triangles going independently. We can come over here and hit power. Now we've got power to our blade. All those LEDs are lighting up. Auxiliary up top here. Twist off. If you don't want to use twist off, you can simply tap the switch. That, of course, will also turn it off. All right, now we're going to put a blade in. This takes a 1-inch diameter blade. So we're going to back these 4 grub screws up, or out rather, of the blade socket. All right, I'm going to take this guy here. I'm going to slide it over my blade. So it's about right there. So come down here, put the blade in. Lock these down. You need to lock them down. My suggestion would be, instead of locking them down, in fact, that's what I'm going to do right now, because it becomes a little bit much since they're so close to the pins. My suggestion would be to take them out completely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out. I'm going to put them into a little baggie. I'll send them with your saber. You can use them if you want to. There's really no need to have 7 blade retention screws. Like typically on a saber you have 1. But since you had me add an extra 2, you now essentially have 7. I would just not even use those. All right, so we'll take this off of here. That way you don't even have to unscrew this. Let me pop this off real quick. Put this onto the saber. Don't even bother taking this off of the emitter. Just put your blade in. All right, hold it against the pins. We'll lock it down with the 3 blade retention screws that you had me put in. 1, 2, 3. Now we're good to go. All right, we hit power. Blaster bolt deflex is tapping auxiliary. If you want blade lockup, you hold auxiliary down and hit the saber. And it'll stay like that until you let go of it. All right, we'll go to the next sound font.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Blue blade. Obi-Wan. As you can see, when the saber is on, I left the red light on, but the green light will pulse. And when it's off, it goes back to the cave scene. All right, then you also asked for a dark saber font. And this is it. You got a dark saber blade. Now we're back to the beginning. All right, so I'm going to take these 3, loosen them up just a hair, so we can pop this blade out of here. We'll turn this on from here. When you want to turn it off, simply slide your clamp car back, flip your kill switch, and it kills power like it should. All right, I'm going to take this battery out because this is my tester. You'll just want to take something flat, come over here, help you pop it out, just like that. And then we'll put this back on for safekeeping. But that, sir, is how you use your refurbished Sabers ROTJ Luke. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you first thing Monday morning. Thanks, man.